There is no way that the Most High, the creator of all, the one that made us, the one that loves us, there is no way he would make us burn for eternity. There's no way. And if you believe in a God, a Savior, a Most High, that would hold that against you, you need to reconsider who you're thinking about. To make this simple, heaven and hell, it's a mindset. Make it even more simpler. This is the enemy's playground. So, you have the option of playing by his rules or his rules. His rules, very, 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 very simple. And it comes from right here in your heart. Love. Compassion. Love thy neighbor. Treat thou the way you want to be treated. It's very simple. Right, Clovis? Tell him. He knows. Now, yeah, I can just say that and say that, right? I can just say that and that's that, right? I was going to see if you guys wanted to see his head. Did you want to be in the video? Okay, so I can just say that to say that, right? No, I cannot just say that to say that. My whole life has led me to this point. And it's not, no matter how much I want to explain to you right now, no matter how much I want to spit out of my mouth to you right now, I cannot get the whole entire picture to you because there's just so much. Like every little thing of my life has led me to this point right here, talking to you at this moment with this dog, meaning I'm missing a dog. All right? I say the dog and man, I can already feel the pain. And this is what I'm getting at. All right. Let me try and get my thoughts together. When it comes to heaven and hell being a mindset, my life has literally been like nothing but hell in the midst of everything. And looking at me, I don't know if you can tell, but if I showed you a picture 3 years ago, there's a big difference. Because I've done a lot of work in just 3 years. A lot of work. And a lot of stuff that light bulbs just went off in my head. And it has transformed how I look, how I feel, and my heart. When it comes to what I've been through, I can really give two craps about your pity party. That's the last thing I'm looking for. Because if I wanted a pity party, that should have been a long time ago. Not at the age of 31. Okay? So, my whole life, I was made to feel like I wasn't good enough. No matter what I did wasn't good enough. You could always do better. Being emotional, no. Wipe your tears away, put your shoulders back, carry on. Be strong. Feeling affection, vulnerability, feeling strong femininity, feeling compassionate masculinity, hearing I love you, from the main man character in my life. It wasn't a thing. No. I have literally felt like I was in a whole nother world when it came to my own household upbringing. They always made me feel a certain way, like just because I was different, I thought different, I talked different, wasn't scared to express myself, and it's incredible how much I've grown and how shout out I was. Wild, out the mouth, like rebellious. I didn't care to hold it back worth nothing, you know. I wanted to express myself because my feelings, my thoughts, you know, they mattered and I really wanted to get it out, but it wasn't allowed. You understand? Expressing yourself and all that? No, my way or the highway. You know, all the things. All the things. Didn't get the love I was looking for. Ended up going down the beaten path after I stopped playing ball and I graduated from school. I ended up, being a little wild girl because I didn't really experience that because I was always playing ball. I was always busy. There was no like running the streets in my household. So I went down that, and before you know it, you know, I'm in bad relationships, and because of how my mind was from everything I had experienced prior to 18 years old. And let me tell you, I mean, after I graduated and I was 18 and my parents, they wanted to keep saying, well, then why don't you move? Why don't you get out? When you turn 18, just leave. Blah, 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 blah. That one day they came home to an empty house, an empty room, gone. All my crap, gone. I ended up rooming with a guy that I worked at McDonald's with because that was my first job. She came and approached me, asked me to work for her. I stopped playing ball, ended up working for her. I was at the skating rink because they were doing a workers event, and my friend at the time worked there. You know what I mean? Here I am, 18 years old, rooming with a dude that we work at McDonald's together. We got our own beds. I mean, like, we split the rent. I mean, we made it like, because he was going through it, I was going through it. And I mean, it was very, 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 very extreme. I mean, I am not going to get into it, how bad it was, but it was bad. In which led me down, it's like you're just confused on, you don't know what love is, like real love. Like and you think that that's love, you know? Somebody just talking to you however which way they want, constantly belittling you, constantly making you feel down, constantly you're not good enough, you know? It's like, okay, where is the positive? What am I doing right? I mean, I can tell you this. My first game at bat after I had surgery, played softball, my first game at bat, bless her heart, it was up against a pitcher that I won the World Series with when I was 8 years old, okay? Me and her were going head to head. And let me tell you, everybody that played on that team when we won the World Series in 8 and under, everybody that grew up, we were the boss players of each team. I tell you, I'm not joking, you know? So it was, you know, boss pitcher against boss hitter, you know? I mean, I'm just, come on. But so, I mean, me and her are just looking at each other, and I'm like, dang it, you know, because it's my first at bat, and I know she's a good pitcher. She's a strong pitcher, too, you know. She has the heat on it. And we're in this, like, it's like a baseball field or something, where it's like the 800 foot, you know, square, like, where it's like the fence is way out there, and it's not like 300 feet or whatever it is, you know, it's huge. Okay, so I'm up bat, ping. All right, I get to second base and I see where the ball's at. I see, you know, center field still chasing the ball. So I slow up some and I just trot to home base. I hit a home run. My first game, my first at bat. I hit an infield home run, and the ball wasn't even in the infield by the time I got to home base. You know what I mean? Like, it was still, that's how deep the fence was. Long story short, I get in the car, and I'm like, oh, my ankle, you know what I mean? You want to know what was said to me? Oh, well, you should have hit the ball over the fence. You wouldn't have had to run that hard. You get what I mean? Like, this is like the type of love that I'm trying to get you to understand that I've felt. So before you know it, I'm ending up in these not so good relationships. Got arrested because I was trying to put him on game, and got Baker acted because of him, put a restraining order on him. And, before you know it, I'm living in South Florida. I mean, you can only imagine somebody like me going through what I'm going through. My mind's all messed up. I'm trying to figure it out. I don't want to go home because that feels like, like, what is home? Like, that's home? Like, that's what home feels like? No. Okay. So before you know it, I'm living life in South Florida, clubbing, you know what I mean? Before you know it, I'm working at a strip club. I'm not even legally able to drink, but I'm at a strip club. This was after, the '08 crashes, and, a few years after the '08 crashes, especially in Florida with the housing market. And so, times were tough in my household, and a lot of stuff. Before you know it, I'm ended up in another relationship that was a bad relationship, but I mean, it wasn't, it got bad when he realized he couldn't control me. That's when it got bad, you know what I mean? But in a sense, I could look at it as, oh, da 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 da. But no, I stopped working at the strip club. Yeah, he might have been a little. We met at the strip club, y'all, so you can only imagine what type of player he might have been. But you know what I mean? But you gotta understand, I was young. My mind was so corrupted from all the, everything that's around you. The do this, do that, you know what I mean? Trying to tell me that I gotta do this and do that. Gotta go to college, gotta do this. And I'm over here like, I don't even know who I am. Y'all done made me feel like I'm a piece of crap my whole life. You know what I mean? And it's really deep. It is really deep on what I'm trying to get at as to how bad it was for me. And this ain't even like to the point where I got on a one-way plane ticket yet. This was like when it was really, really, really like I was living in hell is what I'm trying to explain to you. Okay? When I went back home after my and then my family was like, he was like, oh, I was gonna propose to you after I left them. And then my family was like, oh, Lisa, you're crazy. You're why. Oh, love me. And then, oh, I was gonna propose to you. You know what I went home with? No car, no bed. I didn't have my childhood room. Nah, because my childhood got taken away from me at the age of 14 when there was another member put in my family. But at the same time, I believe he's what even saved my family. So, however, which way I look at the bright side. So, you know what I mean? Like, when I tell you, like, I got so many ways to complain, so many ways of dwelling and looking at the negative of what happened to me and what I've been through. And I can go on and 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 on. Example after example after example of how hellish my life was. But that ain't even the gist of nothing. There's a lot of stuff in between, but let's fast forward till I was 24 years old. Oh, and the guy, see what I'm saying? You want to see how God works? Yeah, I could have looked at that guy as in, oh, he was a piece of crap because he ended up putting his hands on me. But let me tell you what, I ended up getting into a lawsuit because I was with him at a restaurant where I got hurt. Blase, blase, blase. Got a little something from it but you know what I did? I took that and I ran because God blessed me with it. God said, you need to get out of here. And even though my body had to go through pain, cortisone shots, my back, and I mean, my head slammed into a table and a metal chair went up my back. Okay? Like, there were sacrifices I made, but at the end of it, there was a blessing. On the other side, there was a blessing. So I got on that one-way plane ticket at the age of 24 and tried turning everything around on my own. Yes, there has been people that have come into my life for seasons, and it has been beautiful. But overall, it's been on my own. And when I tell you, I moved up here, and you know how much of a struggle it is on your own? I don't have nobody to turn to, no help, no this, no that. Yeah, sometimes, when it got so bad, I'd finally bend my knee and call my dad and say, can you please help me financially? That's about all, the help they could do. They didn't know how to love me. They don't know how to pick up the phone and call me and ask me how I'm doing. They don't know how to do any of that stuff. They don't know how to listen to my emotions. They don't know how to hear me cry and say, baby girl, it's going to be okay. They don't know how to do any of that. You know what I mean? No. It's me crying, patting myself on the back and saying, okay, let's go. Okay, let's try to get through this. Yeah, money ain't shit. Okay? So here I am, 24. Before you know it, I'm leaving my 2 dogs in Florida. Before you know it, because I was trying to get situated. Before you know it, Hurricane Irma hits. I had already came up here, basically spent half the money I got on that lawsuit, on a used car that I'm still in, 2008 Subaru. Spent it on that, and then eventually, this is just so crazy. Hurricane Irma was coming. It was like 2 months after I got up here. I got up here in July. And so before you know it, I'm busting down to Florida to get my dogs. One's at the rescue. My girl was at my parents'. Before you know it, I got them in the car. I'm busting myself back up here. I have nowhere to go, nowhere to stay. I go straight to a hotel room because that is the reason why they were in Florida, because the only place I was able to stay didn't have a room for animals. So as I got there in that hotel room, not even an hour or two, I get a call from a friend of a fella that I had met, like a week or two prior or whatnot. And he gave me a shout and lo and behold offered me a room. And this was a grown man, you know what I mean? Before he ended up having knee surgeries and stuff, you know what I mean? Like it was recliner type. And he had extra room. He said, and when I would go to work, I'd bring the dogs with me because I worked at a vet's office, and then I would just put them in the kennels. So it worked out. And that's how good God is. But I left it in his hands. And before you know it, I'm in a house. Before you know it, I have a fiance with a female fiance. Before you know it, I'm leaving my union job. I'm leaving her. I'm leaving the house. Before you know it, I end up in a motorhome. Before you know it, I'm down to Florida. And that was a waste of time. I thought my family was going to appreciate me. No, they were too busy judging me by the fucking political views that they got. Meanwhile, everything I'd sat there and told them came to fruition 4 years later. But that's besides my point. I enjoyed my time with my grandfather right next to him. I was parked in my motorhome right next to him. And it was beautiful. It was like, yeah, I could have been pissed off that my whole family didn't give a shit that I was there, especially after being gone for a few years. They were just too busy caught up in their feelings about their political views because they couldn't stand old Orange Man. But before you know it, then I come back up. I said, I got to get the heck out of here. Before you know it, I'm in my 34-foot motorhome plus my 15-foot car hauler, 50 feet all day long, hauling back up here to the mountains. And I go pull up at my best friend's mom's house. That's like my second mom. Before you know it, I'm working on top of the mountain with the rich folks. Before you know it, I'm going to West Tennessee to go work on a farm over there from the rich folks because I was going to take that over because his brother was getting older. Before you know it, I said, nah. Even though, man, it's so cool, man. I got my first deer over there, and it was beautiful because it was right after it was like a year after my uncle died. My uncle and my aunt, they died together. And he was an extremely huge hunter. I mean, I can get emotional right now. It was so beautiful. I'd been hunting like the 2 seasons before. I like grazed one with a bow, and then the other one we had a small blood trail, but we lost it. So I never ended up with one. Before you know it, oh, it was beautiful. The way the whole entire hunt was, he went from like 500 yards out to 10, 30 feet right in front of me. I mean, it was insane. And it was all with my uncle. I mean, I can get into the details of it, of how spiritual and how beautiful it was. But it was, I knew my uncle was with me because he told me something the night before. And he said, tomorrow's your morning. Get up. The way it all worked out, it worked out. And ain't nobody can tell me different. And before you know it, I end up over there working on there and then going back down to Florida. But not in my motorhome. I had a trailer I was at next to my grandpa again because he was a seasonal guy, but no AC. We called it the lake. What do we call it? The lake camp. Because it's right out. It's right up there on the right down there on the lake. And that was a whole crap show itself too. I ended up getting sick. Think I got like some type of COVID or whatever. And then I got hit by an undercover cop. I mean, got the heck out of there. And now here I am, you know. It's been almost 7 years since I've been gone, since I left on that one-way plane ticket. And out of those 7 years, a half a year, I might not have been in Tennessee, you know, because going back down to Florida, because it was hard, y'all. It was very, very hard. And you know, it's funny, is like, I was putting in so much work for people that didn't even give a shit. Didn't even care about. Didn't even go out of their way the way I went out for them. You know, and it's incredible. And what I'm trying to get at is after all of the hard work, effort that I've put in, they still don't even pat me on the back. You know what I mean? Like the people that love me. Like I literally went through hell, y'all. And I can sit here and smile and not even tell you the full story. And you know, I really want to just open up a podcast and talk to y'all and because I can relate to so much. I mean, the stuff I've experienced being broke down on the side of the road in a 34-foot motorhome, 15-foot, you know, 50 feet all day long, and then having a transmission pop out. And I mean, and having, you know, you guys want to talk about race and color and all this other BS. I had me some color angels come and save the day for me. I got it on video too, and man, me and Buddy were having a time of the day. I mean, I got so many stories, and trying so hard to see that heaven, trying so hard to find and follow the light, the love, no matter what the fuck was thrown at me, no matter the people that loved me, all of them, no matter the bullshit I had to put up with, still trying to find the light and the love at the end of the tunnel. That's how you find heaven on earth. You want to know how? Overcoming evil with love, compassion, letting go of all the BS, the drama, the trauma. I got so much childhood trauma that I had to overcome. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You think I could have... I did not have people to turn to. I had to trust the unknown. I had to follow what was in here. That's what led me to heaven. There's infinity and beyond. There's beyond what me and you can comprehend. Heaven and hell is a metaphor for your mentality, your mind. Like, do you want to experience heaven or do you want to experience hell on earth? Because everything that you have gone through, everything that has been put into your brain, every feeling, every experience, every trauma, every generational curse that you're trying to break, all of it can keep you in hell. But do you have the mind to overcome it? I can't even... I mean, I'm not trying to draw it out and make this some crazy long video. And I don't even because the moment I go left or right, man, I'll get distracted and go down a rabbit hole. And there's, when you don't even hear like I love you from your father, you don't even feel soft, compassionate love from your mother. When you hear, when Alyssa turns 18, we're getting a divorce. Oh, if you were my first child, you would have been my last child. I mean, I got so much that I can carry on. Everything of my life has basically been a test to my testimony, so I can sit right here in front of you. And the only way I'm able to even be standing here on my own 2 feet, surviving somehow, is because of the Most High. It is nobody else. It is no physical savior coming to save me. I saved myself because why? I chose the path that is harder because of how much evil we're up against. I chose that. I knew that there was more to this. I chose to still have a good heart, even though it was ripped, shattered, beaten, stabbed, destroyed. What we got? Grenades thrown at it, bottle rockets thrown at it, 50 cal shot at it. I mean, bow and arrows. You know what I mean? Like, everything you can think of was like, you know, like, damn, son, what can I do right? No matter what I did, I mean, I couldn't do anything right. But so at the end of the day, it all comes down to, people that are in pain, hurt people, right? Misery is company, right? Or however it goes. That's what I had to come to the conclusion when it comes to my own family, you know? And if somebody wants to sit here and tell me that hell's eternal, after everything I've been through, you want to tell me that God's going to be like, oh, honey, I'm going to put you through everything you've been through. And even if you weren't strong enough to overcome it, I'm going to let you suffer. You think God? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And it is a shame. Absolutely not. You want to know how I got out of that? You want to know how I got out of that mindset? Like I said, I opened my heart completely. I caved in. I couldn't do it no more. I couldn't run with the enemy no more. I was sick and tired of it. I told the enemy, I said, nah, buddy, you're going to start working for me. I'm not working for you no more. I wanted to change my life around. I wanted to become unbitter. I wanted to, all the negative, I wanted to release all that. I didn't want that to hold me back. Compassion. I could sit here and hate on my family all I want. I got compassion for them. I love them, but I don't like them. And I'll love you from afar. It's as simple as that. But I got more love for myself than y'all got love for me. So I only got so much time on my hands. I'm gonna pick somebody that I'm either gonna enjoy my time and me company and the Most High's company like I do best, because that's what it's been for me for years now. Isolation, quietness, by yourself. What is hitting up girlfriends and boyfriends and going out and all this other stuff, like all these distractions? Nobody. I wanted to figure it out. I wanted to work on myself. I wanted to overcome all the bullshit. Because I didn't want to look like some of you folks that sit here. I hate men. I hate women. Men are, just carrying on, and y'all just, it's just, you're in pain. You're reflecting. That is your reality. You are reflecting what is inside of you. And I had to change that because why? I wasn't liking what I was seeing. And what did that have to do with? Learning how to love myself. Really. Because once you learn how to love yourself, you know. You know what love's like. And from somebody like me, I didn't know. Nobody taught me. Nobody showed me. They say go to church. You don't feel it there. I dang sure don't feel it on no Santa Claus's lap. Heck no, get me off of that man's lap. I don't want to be nowhere near him. And, nope. There ain't no way I'm cutting no dang tree and putting it up in my house. What does Jeremiah 10 say again? But that was the only way I'm able to even have a whole different lens and a whole different outlook. I released the veil. I released it. I said, F this trauma, F this pain, F this BS. If my family don't love me the way I need them to love me, I'm going to go make my own family, and I'm going to give my family the love that I never got. If my friend's going to treat me like this, I'm going to go make me new friends. If my man's going to treat me or talk to me like this, nah, nope. Why? Why would I experience hell all over again? Why would I put myself in those situations? As much stuff as I went through, I dang sure ain't making the mistakes again. Because I dang sure knows what it does to me. I knows what it's like to sit here and have a good heart and not put yourself first, and you're living in hell. Because you end up in an abusive relationship by a man that don't even know how to appreciate what you have to offer. Because he's so caught up in his own pain and sorrows and you guys just don't get it. Heaven and hell. What you mean? You gonna run with the angels or you gonna run with the demons? You gonna run with the air and principalities? Come on, people. The same people that don't believe in reincarnation are the same ones talking about a man that's supposed to reincarnate and come back down. What? And it's incredible because the people that carry on with anger and animosity, can't you tell, like, you're in your own mental prison, your own mental hell? It's only up to you to release it. But man decided to decided to put it into words, so you look outside of yourself for what is within you. Back to, this is the playground for the enemy, right? Okay. The Father God, the Most High, He loves you so much, He gave you the freedom and the free will to say, do I want to run with the angels and the Most High, or do I want to run with the enemy and his force? Do I want to pick heaven, or do I want to pick hell on earth? It's up to you. Man also made it to where you can only vote for two parties, right? And not have a middle, a neutral party, right? Man. Keep looking for man, y'all. Keep looking for man. Keep going to a man to tell you this. Keep going for a man to preach to you this. Come on. Keep going to a man to do this for you. It's all within you. I'm not trying to sit here and have a sob story for you about all the stuff I've been through and cry you a river. Baby, I already that my past is in my past, and that's what I'm trying to tell you. You need to let your past stay in your past so you can be in the present, you can be in the now, and you do not have anything bounding, chaining you down to something that is not of you. You are not of the past. Stop staying in it. That is of the enemy. Time is an illusion, but that's not what we're talking about right now. And you want to know why a lot of you guys choose to have a certain type of mindset? Because it has a lot to do with ego, pride, power, greed. What else? That's what it is. You want to tell me otherwise? Shoot, we just had a what? Where we voted? And people are gonna what? What? Oh, he's got it all. Oh. You see all these flags for him and whatnot. But yet, you still haven't even gone within yourself. You're still caught up in all the distractions. Let me tell you what. Elon Musk, listen, I'm not saying I did not support the man. Not the man I just said. I'm talking about the man that brought him out. After, I don't know, y'all, that don't sit right with me. Out of all people, you want to bring out him? Out of all people, you want to bring out him? That's a red flag right there, y'all. But oh, I forgot. Everything's fine now, right? When you gonna stop looking outside yourself for your own reality? When you gonna stop feeding into it? When you gonna actually stand in your 2 feet? Because you can have heaven on this earth. But when you got so many people that are just feeding right into it, I mean, it's incredible. But I mean, that's what all these distractions are for. That's what all these, I mean, now they're coming out with what? Beanies with Bluetooth in them and all this other stuff. Like, y'all be tripping, bro. Tripping. I'll be dang if I have somebody up in my house that ain't even no human trying to tell me something. Y'all nuts. And then you guys just act like, and you don't even understand what's really going on. It just comes to a point when you just gonna wake up and make your reality what you want. You gonna wake up and be happy and go lucky? Or you gonna wake up and say, no matter what, no matter all of this BS, I'm still gonna love, I'm still gonna walk for the Most High, I'm gonna work for the Most High, I'm still gonna have compassion. Why? Because I'm not gonna sit here and let the enemy bring me down. It's that simple. But man always has to put their 2 cents into something because man always. And you guys go to wonder why colleges were made. I mean, the list goes on. Come on. You think that wasn't a. Oh, that's why. Oh, we'll just wipe it away. That's why they were talking about, oh, we'll just wipe it away. Yeah. That's the only reason why it was made in the first place, so they can have a debt to ratio. Oh, I forgot, but we can go to eternal hell. I know y'all ain't for real, right? Y'all ain't for real, right? We got people that we got people that get slaughtered. We got people that starve. We got people that freeze to death. But you mean to tell me that there's an eternal hell? You gonna threaten me with an eternal hell? Ha! I can go on and on and on. And I don't even need to talk about the physical. Oh, I know what the demonic forces can do. There's a reason why my dog died out of nowhere after what was it, the total solar lunar eclipse in April? The day after? Oh, and I know where it came from. I know. Out of nowhere. Out of nowhere. Like that. The morning till night, it was like that. Out of nowhere. In my arms. I told her. Because I couldn't help her. I didn't have no money. I didn't have nobody to call. And I told her, I said, if it's time, girl, it's time. I got you, girl. And right in my arms. And blood just. This is how much I need you to understand. She was the only way that I felt some type of love since I was 18 years old. You see how I was perfectly fine until I talked about her? Because she was my everything. That's how hellish my life was. That my dog was everything to me. And my dog took a hit for me. You know what my father always told me my whole life? That my mouth's going to get me in trouble one day. You think it's a coincidence that out of nowhere, after that total solar lunar eclipse, there's blood coming out of my dog's mouth and she's lifeless in my arms? I don't believe in coincidences. And did I go outside and make sure that she was completely gone? Absolutely. Did I go and dig and bury her with no help? Absolutely. In the rain? Yep. Did I cry for a week straight with no help? No shoulder to cry on? Absolutely. And then you want to sit here and tell me that the Most High is going to make me suffer in hell eternity if I don't follow by your guidelines? I know my girl. There's a reason why I'm able to open my mouth now. There's a reason why I'm able to speak my truth now. I know what's up. And it's about time y'all start knowing what's up too. Before you know it, just gonna be a whole entire country of a whole bunch of sheep. It's an illusion. They had to get the power from you somehow. Think outside of the box. The Bible wants to say air and principalities. But when you talk about spirits, oh my gosh! Yeah. I can go on and on and on and on prime examples. There's plenty examples. I can go into extreme detail. But I wasn't trying to make too long of a video. I was just trying to, I guess, get a whole bunch of bullet points in here and go with it. I mean, I don't know. I don't have a setup, you know. I don't even have a mic. I don't have nowhere to sit and talk to y'all, you know, comfortably. Well, I mean, I am pretty comfortable right now. I'm in the middle of the woods. You know, I can't complain. But you know what I'm saying. There's a reason why none of it makes sense. And the only reason why I'm even here, opening my mouth, is obviously the same stuff you read about in that book. I don't understand a lot of what those, what are they, prophets or whoever they are, when they were, how, you know, how their life was before, how they went from a bad person to a good person. I can sit here and tell you 100,000,000 stories of the exact same things that I've experienced, went through, gone through, overcame. Same stuff you read about is the same stuff I can sit right here and open my mouth to you about that I've overcome. And I'll be damned if I sit here with my mouth shut while a lot of you get led by a leash to the edge of a cliff. I'm trying to bring you to the water to drink. I ain't doing this for my gain. The Most High will never threaten you with eternal fire. That is not the type of God I work for. And just the fact of the matter that people actually say it, it's heartbreaking. And it literally puts people into a certain state of mind. And that's not the state of mind of the Most High. I will tell you that right now. If you are working out of pure love, if you are working out of pure compassion, if you wake up every day trying to be your best self, what makes you think God ain't sitting there jumping for joy for you? There ain't no reason to live in pity. There ain't no reason to live in, oh, I'm a sinner, you know, like all this stuff, you know, like I sinned, so I'm going to hell. Baby, learn, grow, experience, mature. Pick the good side. It's up to you. You have the option. You can go elevate high, because love is the most highest frequency that anybody could ever feel or touch. Or you can do anything that is on the other side of love. And that is of the enemy. Once you look at it more like a game, it'll start making sense. But when you're so caught up in it, it's an illusion. You gotta learn how to take a step back. You gotta learn how to, everything that you know, let it all go, and then think for a minute, and then just be for a minute, and then just listen to what comes in. Listen to the downloads you get. All you have to do, yeah, you're looking at this chick right here with some curly hair, camo, in the middle of the woods. There's plenty of scientific knowledge when it comes to consciousness, subconsciousness, when it comes to hallucinating, when it comes to your third eye, when it comes to all of your chakras. The list goes on. When it comes to food, like I said, I can go down so many freaking rabbit holes. I'm just like, I'm trying to stay on one point, and then, not to where it sounds like I'm, I don't know, jumping every which direction, but there's just so much. There's just so much. But the point of this video is that, yes, man will tell you that there's a heaven and a hell. Yeah, but God did not put you on this planet so he can just torment you and send you to hell, okay? No. He gave you the option of, here, you want to go live in heaven on earth, or do you want to go live in hell on earth? But we do need you to live in heaven, because we do need to elevate the frequency of humanity, of Mother Gaia, of this world, of this planet, of this galaxy, of infinity and beyond. Yeah, that's why we're here. Yeah. So, if you want to think you can't grow and live from your mistakes or do anything and become wiser, smarter, and all this other stuff, if you think you can't do that without going to hell, I hope y'all know how crazy it sounds, right? I really do. All you gotta do is look around. Yeah, I talked about my own personal life, and you ain't even heard nothing of it. That was just a small little glimpse of it, a small little taste to hope get you to understand something of what I was trying to say. But look around, and you mean to tell me that there's something worse than this? You mean to tell me that people suffering and all this other stuff is worse than... think about it, y'all. Just take everything. Let me say it to you this way. Look at the generations above us, in front of us. I don't know. I'm born in 93. I don't know what that makes me. Look at all these generations in front of us. Whatever they've been doing hasn't been doing no good. Where have we ended up? Obviously, it's not leading us in the right direction. And once you actually understand what I'm saying, you can really change hell to heaven. Because why? It's in us It's in here. It's in here. It's in here. It's in here. It's not in voting. It's not in this, that, and the third, and the church saying this, that. No, no, no. Only we can do that. You want to know why? Because every single one of our hearts, every single one of our spirits, every single one of our souls, if we actually learn how to elevate it to its highest potential, how can we have hell on earth if all we're doing is spreading love? But you ain't gonna see it if all the Christians keep running to a church building to worship. You ain't gonna see it if everybody keeps being caught up in their you know what I mean? You ain't gonna see it. So you can keep going on about this heaven and hell, but in the reality of it, it is a mindset. And even though there may be hell going around in my own personal life, there may be hell going around in this world, I'm still going to make heaven out of it, one way or another. Because why? I've come this far. What makes you think I'm going to give up now? What makes you think I'm going to stop now? If I can overcome what I've overcome, I'm ready for more. Because I'm tired of it. I'm tired of being 31 years old and looking at people that are double my age that should have done some shit a long time ago. And then they want to sit here and run the church buildings. They want to sit here and say, oh, here comes this and here comes that. And then, oh, big orange man this and big orange man that. And just always got something to say. If you want to change anything about this world, if you want to change anything about for your kids, your grandkids, and all the ones that are coming after us, and if you want to change anything for the ones that were here before us, because we got to put some respect on them too. I'm talking about your ancestors. Yeah, I'm talking about them. You think they're dead and gone? That's disrespectful. If you just think they're dead and gone, you better put some respect on them spirits' names. Them angels, however which way you want to call it. There's different levels to this game, baby. It's just a matter of what team you playing for. And if you're going to get in the game or if you're going to keep being one that wants to rely on somebody else to tell you something. You know what's right. But it's up to you to overcome your ego, your trauma, your drama, your bullshit, your pain, your suffering. Ain't nobody else. And once we start doing that, and once you start doing that, it will reflect into your reality. That's how strong your mind is, and that's how long they've been trying to corrupt it for.